welcome back to my channel. But hi guys, my name is Melanie. If you're new to my channel, hi, subscribe if you want to. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. But in today's video, this will be a little interesting story time slash get ready with me. So I'm gonna get ready today. You know, I gotta go take pictures, you know, some promo pics, you know, so I can get paid. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not. But anyway, in today's video, I will be doing a story time of the time I got cheated on. Well, I don't like to put my personal information out there, but this is funny. This is gonna be like this is for entertainment purposes only, because this is hilarious, honestly. Like, oh, I need to sneeze. Bless me. Thank you. Thank you if you said bless you. On my primer. Ooh. Okay. So anyways, basically, I'm not really gonna name this boy. Like, he's not really important. Like, he's so irrelevant. But we're gonna name him Pizza. So if I say his name, it's gonna be Pizza, you know. Okay, anyways, let me scoot up. So me and this little boy started talking or whatever. Keep in mind, my parents are were super strict. So I wasn't allowed to have guy friends. I wasn't allowed to have boyfriends. Nothing of the sort. If a boy was brought up, cut it. Like, no, you're not allowed to have boyfriends, Melanie. So that's how my parents were, or my mom. So basically, I started talking. Me and this little boy started talking the end of 7th grade. Yes, we're taking it back to the 7th grade. So me and this little boy started talking at the end of the 7th grade, and we only had one period together, so I would only see him like our last period, which was 6th period. So it honestly sucked, you know, because I wanted to see my little boo thing all the time. So basically, we ended up dating. It was cool, you know, like, we were the funny people, you know, our vibe matched, you can say. And, you know, everybody at school was like, oh my god, you and should date, you and should date. But you know me, I'm not about to ask no little boy out, hell no. So 6th period, you know, so it's our period together, and he was sitting, like, I'm sitting forward and he's sitting at a desk looking straight at me. So, you know, I'm doing my work, and I look, and he will literally be staring at me. So basically, that one day, the day he asked me out, it was like the bell had rang and it was time to leave, you know, it was time to go home. But also, guys, keep in mind, I did not have a phone. I had nothing, like, so there was kind of no point of dating anybody, because the only place I would see them is at school. But that's kind of how it worked out. Like, he had put his arm around me and was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And then I was like, like, yeah. And then boom, like, I go to my friends like, oh my god, this boy asked me out. And then boom, I go home all excited, all happy or whatever. But you know, I couldn't express my happiness, because my mom would be like, why are you happy? You know, we couldn't let the mom know I had a little boo thing. But okay, anyways, like I said, boom, fast forward, to be honest, summer comes, and you know, like I said, I didn't have a phone, so I was sad, because you know, it was about to be summer and my boo thing and me were not gonna see each other. So he was gonna go to Mexico. And guys, never trust a little boy that goes to Mexico every summer. Trust me, he got a little novia over there. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, you know, I'm just stating facts. And especially because I didn't have a phone, like, it kind of sucked, you know, like, I wouldn't know what he was doing or whatever. But what the heck, like, I don't care what he's doing. Well, I don't now that I think about it, I really didn't care. But if I'm putting myself into the situation I kind of cared. I would be like, man, like, I wonder what he was doing right now. But I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't contact him. So anyways, I remember just being so excited for next year, which was 8th grade. So all summer, you know, I was looking forward to 8th grade. Finally, the first day of school comes. You know, I straightened my black long hair. You know, I put on a cute t-shirt and my white Air Forces. You know, I was ready for the first day of school. I was ready to pop out for my boo. So basically, hold on, let me conceal this again. Before the first day of school, you know, our school had like little papers, to tell us who was gonna be in our class and what teacher are we gonna be in. And y'all, tell me why I was so excited to go see like if my little boo thing was gonna be in my classes. And y'all, he was in every single one of my classes. Like, there was literally a paper outside the school, and it showed everybody that was gonna be in your class every period you're gonna have, and that little boy was in every one of my periods. So I was so happy at the time. I was like, you know, I'm about to see my boyfriend first period on the first day of school. So basically, the first day of school comes, you know, me hella excited, you know, and my mom walked me to the class. So I was like, oh my god, like, mom, I'm an 8th grader, like, go, like, shoot. But I mean, my sister also went to that school, so, you know, she walked my sister and then she walked me. So basically, I go, boom, and I didn't see him. Like, my mom walked me to the door. Oh, I concealed my whole eyebrow. Oh my goodness. That's why you can't be doing story times while talking. I was gonna do a mukbang, but every time I go buy food, I literally just want to eat it, you know. I don't want to do a whole mukbang, like, trying to eat a gusto. But okay, yeah, that ended up happening. My mom walked me to the door, and I was kind of shy. Not shy, I was kind of embarrassed, like, oh my god, like, my mom's gonna walk me to my door. But basically, he wasn't even in class, like, he wasn't there. So this girl that sat next to me, she had him on Snapchat, and I was like, hey girl, like, can you text him and tell him, like, where he's at, you know? And she ended up texting him, and he was like, he told her that he had a family emergency and he couldn't make it to the first day of school. So I was like, oh man, like, whatever. But anyways, second day of school comes, you know, and tell me why me and this boy, like, matched. And like I said, I didn't have a phone, so we couldn't plan to match. But you know me, you know, I be knowing everything. So I was like, yep, he's definitely gonna wear a shirt like this. And I guessed it right. So we ended up matching on the first day of school. And I remember taking hella pictures with that little boy on my friend's phone. But the thing is, I didn't have social media or anything, so it was just for memories on my friend's phone or something. I don't even know. But hold on. But yeah, we ended up taking pictures. I ended up seeing him. We gave each other a hug. I was like, oh my god, I missed you. Like, da 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 da. How was your summer? What did you do? And yeah, it was just a cool little relationship. The whole school kind of knew already. Like, we made it pretty obvious. Like, that's 8th grade is when we started to hold hands and, you know, stuff like that. And the teachers were really cool at my school. So, like, they would be like, oh, you know, stuff like that. But now that I think about it, that's hella wrong. Like, I don't know why they did that. They were encouraging us. No, I'm just kidding. But so yeah, me and the little boy started talking, and then we had, like I said, we had every single class together, including PE. And I remember 7th grade, I was kind of hurt because we only had one period together. So when we started dating, a bunch of rumors were going on saying, like, oh, like, he was cheating on you, like, why do you even trust him, like, da 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 da. And I would always be so hurt, like, oh my goodness, like, that little boy probably is cheating on me in his other classes. But I couldn't do nothing. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have a phone to text him in class. I didn't have a phone to, it wasn't really much about the phone. It was just I didn't have any classes with him, so that kind of sucked. So finally, you know, I was happy that I had every class with him, you know, mostly PE, because, you know, I was always, like, athletic, you know, I was always doing something in PE. Like, I would always be the first girl to be, like, to finish the mile, you know. So, like, I wanted to show off to my little boo, like, shit, like, you know how I do it. So basically, I was really happy about that. And then time flies, we're cool, and boom, the boy goes to Mexico again. But there was, like I said, I didn't have social media or anything, and people were saying that, like, that my little boo thing was posting another girl while he was in Mexico. So when the time came that he was gonna go to Mexico, a lot of people were like, damn, like, you're gonna trust him? And I was like, yeah, like, so eventually, like, I broke up with him the day before he went to Mexico, because he was gonna go to Mexico for 2 weeks. And I was like, you know what, like, I can't be with you. Like, if you want to do something bad, do it. I give you the freedom, you know. Like, I just didn't want to get cheated on, to be honest. So yeah, I give him the freedom, blah blah blah. He ends up coming back, and y'all, tell me why this boy comes back with, like, brand new shirts, brand new pants, brand new shoes, a freaking iPhone. This boy pulls up with a freaking iPhone. So he basically had a little glow up in Mexico. So I was kind of hurt, you know, because I still didn't have a phone. And he said he was going to go to Mexico for 2 weeks. But he came back like 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks later. So I was like, man, like, he's not going to come back, you know. Kind of sad, kind of not. But basically, he comes back, boom, a little glow up moment. And he ends up asking me out again. Like, hey, do you want to go out? And I'm like, if you say so. So boom, we started dating. But keep in mind, guys, this whole time of me dating this little boy, my parents did not know only the school know. But my sister was at that school, so we had to keep it on the low. Like, let's say we were holding hands to lunch. Like, do I have something on my face right there? Oh, that's just a red dot. I don't know what's that about. But like, if we would hold hands to lunch, like, we had to let go like super fast if I would see my sister or something. So it was like on the low. So yeah, that was pretty scary, you know. I was being a little sneaky girl. He had went back to school with a new iPhone or whatever, and I was like, because before that he had like a Samsung or something, so it was never really a problem because he would always be shy to take out his phone, like embarrassed maybe, and he wouldn't even post on Instagram or anything, so it wasn't really a problem. But then he got his little phone, his little iPhone, and boom, that's when he started posting and stuff. So, you know, I wanted to be a cool girlfriend, you know, I wanted to fit in. So I downloaded Instagram on his phone and I made myself an account. And on that account, that's where I started posting like pictures of me and him and stuff. So boom, I made an Instagram on his account, on his phone. But of course I would like log off and then I would log in when we would go back to school. So boom, I downloaded Instagram. And keep in mind, my parents were so strict to the point where they didn't let me have Instagram or just a phone in general. They didn't want me to be on social media. So I kind of like let them down on that. Like, I was doing that behind my parents' back, dating and having an Instagram behind my parents' back. Yeah, I was being bad. That's why my parents have trust issues. But anyways, yeah, that had happened. And fast forward, me and this boy are 1 year. Like, we hit that 1 year on our little relationship. And keep in mind, that whole time I didn't have a phone, so I was like, this relationship is true love, because, you know, he's talking to me and, you know, I don't have a phone, so I can't even text him while I'm at home. And, you know, he really loves me because, like, he doesn't care that I don't have a phone. So yeah, that's how my mindset was at the moment. But now anyway, so basically December comes. December is Christmas, you know, so we had the 2-week Christmas. And y'all, tell me why I got a phone for Christmas. So I was so happy, you know. I was like, period, like, So period. So I ended up getting a phone for Christmas. I was so happy. And then I go to school all excited to show everybody that I got an iPhone. It was an iPhone 6 Plus, to be specific. But yeah, I was so happy. And that week of me finding out that and that week of me having, like, the week we went back to school after me getting a phone, I had I remember grabbing the little boy, I'm not gonna call him little boy anymore. I remember grabbing Pizza's phone. That's my nickname for him. I remember grabbing Pizza's phone to just to see, like, I don't know, like, I was not being a toxica. Like, I was just trying to see pictures of us so I could send it to my phone. But I ended up finding, like, messages of him and a girl on his Snapchat, and the girl's name was Favorite Cousin. So, favorite who? So I remember checking his phone, and I remember, like, him and his favorite cousin were like, oh my goodness. Him and his favorite cousin were all flirty, like, oh my god, like, I love you so much, like, and it would be messages, like, at 1, 2 in the morning and stuff like that. So, you know, I felt hella heartbroken because, you know, I thought it was true love. I was like, he really likes me, like, he doesn't care that I have a phone. He didn't care that I didn't have a phone. But it only hurt me a lot because, oh, that girl had a phone. That girl's parents let her be on the phone till 2 in the morning, and I didn't even have a phone when they were texting. So, like, that broke my heart. Like, I was like, that's why it hurt me even more. I was like, damn, like, that. I would always blame stuff on my parents. Like, I wouldn't be like, it's your fault, mom. But, like, in my head, I was like, man, it's my parents' fault because they don't let me have a phone. They don't let me do nothing. But I understand now that I'm older. But basically, the boy ended up telling me, like, I'm so, like, dark. I'm sorry if it's a dark light. But I ended up telling the boy, like, my boyfriend, like, oh my god, like, why would you do that to me? And he ended up making up a story saying that his other cousin was the one texting that girl on his phone. It didn't really make sense because now they're all cousins. Oh my god, they doing some Alabama shit for real. But yeah, he ended up convincing me that it wasn't him. So I was like, all right, like, we had already hit a year. So I was like, man, like, I'm not gonna let this little thing get to us. Like, it wasn't even him. So that ended up happening. And then boom, this is where the juicy part comes, y'all. This is a juicy part. So basically, let me do something to myself. I want to do an eyeshadow look. So let me get some eyeshadow really quick. Like, my sister would snitch on me and like tell my mom like, oh, Melanie was with a boy at school, and you know, like, my parents were super strict, so they didn't like that. Like, what the hell, like, da 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 da. So basically, time flies, and my sister had a little friend, and that little friend would always tell my sister like, oh, your sister does have a boyfriend, like, tell your mom. Like, the little girl was just in my business for no damn reason. So basically, that little girl ends up telling my sister, and my sister like would always tell me like, she's telling me that like I'm gonna tell mom if she's right, and I would be like, girl, don't listen to her, like, that little girl, she tripping. So basically, I had to be even more low-key that I was dating that boy, because there was snakes around, there was snitches at my school. So basically, time flies, and I would always do the most for that little boy. Like, when it was his birthday, I had to tell my mom that it was my friend. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. This was literally like 10 years ago. Anyways, so basically, when it was his birthday and stuff, I would lie to my mom and be like, oh, it's my friend's birthday, like, can I get her something? And I would get a gift that's not like gender type, so you can't notice if it's for a girl or for a boy. So I remember getting him like a big old chocolate, sneaker chocolate. It was this big, literally the size of my, literally big. And it was just a big Snickers thing. So I remember going to school with the big Snickers thing because it was his birthday. So, you know, I wanted to give my little boyfriend a present. And the thing is, he wasn't grateful, to be honest. That little boy, like, I bought him that, and he was like, ugh, I don't really like Snickers. Give it back. Give it back. And he was sharing with the whole school. Like, it would just, yeah, no. God was giving me signs to find a new boyfriend or something. Because literally, like, if I give you a present and you're sharing with everybody, like, I bought it for you, not for everybody, you know? So yeah, that's what he was doing. And, you know, he was in a soccer team. So every time he had a soccer game, like, I would tell my mom, like, please, can I stay after school so I could see him play soccer? No, I wouldn't tell her so I could see him play soccer. I'd just be like, the school's having a battle. Like, I don't even know what I would tell my mom. I would just tell her that the school was going against another school and I wanted to be there and to watch. So basically, sometimes she would say yeah, and sometimes she would say no. But the time she would say yeah, of course, I had to be there with my little sister. And my little sister is a snitch. So I couldn't even hype up my little boyfriend. Like, oh my God, period. Like, he made a goal. Because my sister would just be like, watch. I'm going to tell mom. I'm going to tell mom. You know, my mom was trusting me. So, you know, I didn't want to, like, I couldn't make it obvious. So, like, I would just go to go. Sometimes my mom would say no. And I would be like, oh my God, I hate my mom. Like, she doesn't let me go. But thank God she didn't let me go. That's embarrassing. But okay. Fast forward. Those are the little things I would do for that little boy, you know. Fast forward to the day I got caught that I had a boyfriend. So keep in mind, we were already 1 year and a couple months. So this hit hard for me at the moment. So basically, let me just talk real quick because then I get distracted. So basically, I was in volleyball, I was in track and all that. So one day, after school, my sister would go to my practices too, because, you know, my mom, if me and my sister were not together, I cannot go. If my sister is not there, I cannot go. If there's a party after school, I cannot go unless my sister is there with me. So basically, boom, it's my volleyball practice, and they made us run track. So my sister didn't have a phone, so I gave her my phone and I was like, here, you can play with it or whatever. I'm gonna go do this. Because my sister did not like to stay with me after school. Like, it felt like a chore to her. Like, she basically had to be there to take care of me and make sure I wasn't doing anything bad. So, you know, I had a phone, so I gave it to her. I was like, girl, have fun. Like, she was just right there, like, so, you know, I gave her my phone so she could feel better. So basically, fast forward, like I said, she had a little friend that would always tell her, like, oh, your sister has an Instagram. Oh, your sister has a boyfriend. So my sister had checked my phone, and since we were still in school, I hadn't deleted my Instagram because, you know, I would delete it when I would go home so my parents won't find out that I had Instagram. So basically, my sister searches my phone and she finds my Instagram. So while I'm running track, you know me, my sister calls my mom and she's like, Melanie, Mom, Melanie does have a boyfriend. She does, she has Instagram and she has pictures of her and him hugging, her and her kissing, you know, stuff like that. She was being a little snitch. So basically, boom, I finished running track. My sister gives me my phone and I go to my volleyball practice. It had happened. So my sister snitched on me, and when I was inside of my volleyball practice, my mom calls me and she's like, I'm gonna go pick you guys early. no, I'm gonna go pick you guys up early. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh my god, like my mom wants to be nice today. She wants to take us to McDonald's or to go eat, you know. Hello? What do you mean? What? Hold on, my mom's calling me. My tacos. Too hot. Okay, basically, okay, so my mom calls me and she's all like, oh, I'm gonna pick you guys up early. And I was like, okay, say less. Like, I was so happy. So yeah, my mom ends up picking me up, and the first thing she tells me is, give me your phone and log into your Instagram. And I was like, what? Like, what Instagram? Like, my parents were really strict on that. Like, I couldn't have social media at all. And yeah, she tells me that. So I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And she's like, log in right now. I know you have it. And you know, I was in the passenger seat with my phone, and I was like, what? Like boom, I got caught. Like, they're gonna know that I have a boyfriend because my Instagram, I had a bunch of pictures with that little boy. So yeah, they were just gonna, my parents were just gonna find out. My mom was gonna find out. So basically, I end up logging in, and she sees all of the pictures with me and that little boy, and like, she was so disappointed in me. But my school was so close to my house at the moment, so it was a quick drive home. So like, I wasn't like dying in the car, like, oh my god, like, we got home soon. So once the car had stopped, once we got into my driveway, like, I was like I wanted my phone so I could delete like my Instagram and stuff, but I couldn't. Like, she didn't give me back my phone. So I remember me going into my house like so sad. And then I remember like my mom, like, you're never going back. I remember my mom telling me that I was never gonna go back to that school, like that she's gonna call the principal and tell them to call that boy's mom and tell them that like we can't be together, like to get her son in trouble. So my mom was telling me all that. She was like that she's moving me schools, I'm never getting my phone back. So, you know, I was so sad. And I remember having a little Polaroid picture of me and that boy in my backpack. And I remember like my mom searching my backpack, and she threw it to me, and she's like, boom, like, keep it. That's the only memory you're gonna have, because you're never gonna see him again. So me and that boy were almost 2 years. So, you know, I was so sad. So fast forward, my dad gets home, and then he tells me like, what's wrong? Like, why are you crying? Why is your mom mad? And I explained to him, and then like he was upset, but he didn't really get me in trouble that much, but he was disappointed that I lied behind their back. Like, they gave me the trust to give me a phone and to like let me do stuff after school, and you know, I took advantage of that. So when my dad found out, he was like, all right, you can date that boy, but he has to come to the house, and he has to knock on our door and ask like, can I date Melanie? So I was like, say less, like, they're gonna allow me to have a boyfriend. Like, I was so happy. So basically, I ended up going back to the school. I didn't tell the boy that all of that happened. Like, I didn't be like, oh, I got caught, like, da-da-da. I didn't tell him none of that. I was just like, oh, like, my dad knows that you're my boyfriend now. Like, his only rule is for you to go to my house and knock on my door. And then he didn't want to. He was like, nah, like, So after that, I never mentioned him to my parents, because of course they wanted to meet him. No, they didn't really want to meet him. They didn't give a shit about him. They just wanted him to come to the house and ask permission, and he didn't do that. So basically, that whole year, my parents knew that me and him were dating, kind of. So graduation comes, and you know, it was, you know, I got my nails done, I got my lashes, you know, my hair is did, and only my mom went because my dad was working, but my mom went to my graduation, and she met him. Like, she met him for the first time. I also met all of his family. Like, his family, like, took pictures with me, like a whole family picture. Like, I'm pretty sure I posted up on that lady's Facebook. But my mom didn't want to take pictures with me and that boy, because my mom like knew like it wasn't gonna last. Like, my mom was like, that's just little kid stuff. Like, she was supporting me, but at the same time, she didn't support me, you know. So fast forward to summer. This is when summer comes. This is when it kind of hit, because me and that boy were not gonna go to the same high school. So, you know, we all had our doubts. We were like, ugh, like, we might not, like, don't worry guys, I'm gonna blend my eyebrows right now. But basically, the whole school was like, you guys are not gonna like last. Like, you guys are gonna break up. Like, you guys are going to different high school. And me and that boy were so like this. We were like, no, it is gonna work out. Like, he was saying that he was gonna move to my high school, so I wasn't really stressed. So summer comes, and like I said, my parents already kind of knew that we were dating. So my mom would let us go to the movies. Like, she would pick him up and we would go, or his mom would drop him off and then I would go, stuff like that. So fast forward to the time I got cheated on. Like, this is where the tea comes in, all right? Basically, this day, you know, we're planning to go to the movies, so we end up going. Like, my mom was gonna take me and his mom was gonna drop him off that day. So before we went, you know me, like, my family in general just likes to take snacks to the movie theater, like hide snacks, you know, in our purses or everything. So that day, my mom decided to take me to get tacos before. So I remember getting 6 tacos for me, 6 tacos for him. I ended up texting him like, hey, like, do you want tacos from here? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I remember getting 6 tacos for me and 6 tacos for him. So boom, we get to the movie theaters, and it's always, you know, when you're dating somebody, it's always half and half, or the guy pays, you know what I mean? And I was thinking that this boy was gonna pay because I had bought him the tacos, you know, period, you know I gotta take my tacos. So I ended up taking the tacos, and that little boy, like, did not want to pay. Like, we were, look, for example, you're the cashier, not cashier, you're the movie theater employee. Like, you're like, okay, your total is da, 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 da. Like, are you paying cash or card? And I was like, oh, we're gonna pay cash. So, you know, I look at him, and then this boy is just like looking at me up and down, like, if I'm paying. So I was like, what the hell? So I ended up paying, and those tickets were like $60. All right, so, and $60 is a lot. Like, I'm not a quota, but $60 is a lot. It could have been 30, you know what I mean? So basically, we're kind of late to the movie theater. Like, let's say the movie starts at 7. It was like 7:02. So we walk in, and I didn't have any drinks. So I told him, like, oh, are we gonna get drinks? And then he was like, nah, like, let's just go watch the movie. And I was like, okay. So I'm thinking he was just broke that day or something. Period. I'm thinking he's just broke. Like, he just don't got no money. Like, why go to the movie if you don't got no money? You know what I mean? So he didn't have any money, I'm guessing. So we ended up just going to the movies. We sit down, you know, I'm ready to pull out my tacos, you know, like, you know, put the seat down, you know, so, you know, give him his tacos. And the first thing this boy does is to tell me, give me your phone. And I was like, what the hell? Like, okay, like, here it is. Like, what the heck? So he ended up checking it, like, making sure I'm not cheating on him or something. And I was like, boy, like, I'm not a cheater. So basically, then he gives me my phone back, and I was like, all right, let me see your phone if you want to be a toxico. So he gives me his phone, and I remember, like, a lot of rumors were going on that he had a secret account, secret Snapchat, and I'm not really the type to be like, oh my god, you have a secret Snapchat, like, send me it right now. Like, I kept it in my mind, and when the time came, I was like, oh, like, let me see your phone. I look at the messages, and this little boy is texting his favorite cousin. So that favorite cousin was actually his cousin. Like, his family knew about him. He had family pictures with that girl. So he basically cheated on me with his favorite cousin. And not only that, a bunch of girls that didn't like me were in his messages. Like, they were texting back and forth, flirting, but more with the favorite cousin. Like, that was the main girl that he cheated on me with. So I remember it was literally like the beginning of the movie. Like, the movie had not even started. Like, the movie was the previews. We were still at the previews, girl, and this boy was asking for my phone. So basically, yeah, that's how I found out. But I was just embarrassed at the fact that I did all that. Like, my mom took me to go get tacos. My mom took me. My mom did the most for us, and he didn't appreciate it. Like, I was very appreciative, but that little boy was not. Like, he didn't understand that my parents were really strict, and he was lucky to date me, but that little boy did not understand. But basically, I was not about to ruin my movie, so I gave him his tacos. Sat like, this is the movie, and you know, this is him, you know, so we would like just like watch the movie. But no, like, I moved sideways, I ate my tacos, and the whole time he was like, Melanie, like, are you mad at me? Like, come on, like, it was just an accident. And I was like, bitch, what the fuck? No. So basically, the movie ends, and the whole time I don't talk to him. The movie ends, I said my goodbye to him, and before saying my goodbye, I told him, like, this is the last time we're ever gonna see each other, like that. And then he was like, come on, like, we'll talk about it when you get home. So I remember wanting to cry, but, you know, I couldn't cry because then my mom was gonna be like, ¿Por qué estás llorando? You know. So I waited till I got home, and I texted him, and I was like, you know what, we can't be together, I deserve better, you know, I know my worth, period. I know my worth. So basically, we ended up breaking up. I've never seen that boy ever since. Like, I never seen that boy ever in my life. Thank God, you know, that's the big, God blessed me with that. Like, I feel like my life wouldn't be as good as it is right now if I was still with that little boy, you know what I mean? So basically, fast forward a couple days, a couple weeks, I think, my mom brought him up and she's like, oh, you're not talking to him anymore? And she was cooking and my dad was at the table. So I remember telling her like, oh no, like, we're not together no more, he cheated on me. So basically, mom, if you're watching this, he cheated on me with his cousin. Can you believe that? Freaking mocoso. But yeah, I never told her that he cheated on me with her cousin because that's just even more embarrassing. That's embarrassing for me to say, like, bro, like, who let that boy? Like, he's disgusting. And by the way, he's still in my viewers. He still watches my Instagram stories. Like, that's, poor him. Like, that's very embarrassing for him. But yeah, I ended up telling my mom, like, oh, we broke up. And ever since, you know, I've been living my happy life, you know. Alright, guys, so it is a couple days later. I didn't end up finishing the video because, I don't know, I kind of forgot. But that day, my makeup looked so good, you know, like, my makeup looked really good that day. I should have made an outro. Right now, it's so hot, like, I've just been editing this video all day. But let me know what you guys thought about this video. I really enjoyed filming this video. It's hella funny, like, literally, like, it's literally so funny, to be honest. Like, I edited it and it's just so funny. Like, dude, that's freaking crazy. I did forget to mention a couple little things, but not really too important. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys were thinking while watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe if you like this video. I'll try making more story times in the future. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.